Okay, so we got a question from our buddy Oneg. And he wants to know, hey Ken, have you ever heard of a foreigner becoming successful at being a mangaka in Japan, right? He says, I heard that it's an extremely competitive field for even a native speaker to get into, let alone a foreigner with all of its, stereotypes and whatnot. So the answer, Oneg, is no. I've never heard of a foreigner ever becoming a mangaka. Not even once, right? Because you got to understand what's going on here, right? First of all, in order to be a manga, you've got to master the language perfectly, right? There's no room for error. You've got to have perfect native level, more native than mine. That doesn't make any sense, more native than mine. But you know what I'm saying, right? You've got to be really good. You've got to have not just a way to communicate with people fluently. I can communicate with people fluently. That's what I could do, right? But you not only have to have that, you have to have a knowledge, a breadth of vocabulary that you can use to express, because you're going into the writing field, right? You've got pictures, but you need to be able to pick one vocabulary word out of maybe 10, right? He ran to the store. I'm gonna run to the store. Well, maybe you don't want to say run. How do you want to express the emotion in that manga, right? He dashed to the field, right? You need to know all the different ways to say pretty much every word, and that's very, very difficult, right? You've got to be perfect and beautiful and great at Japanese. Then, like you said, you're going into the extremely competitive field. Even for a Japanese native person, like what is it? Maybe less than 1% of someone who becomes a successful mangaka in the arena, right? It's very, very difficult. Work for years, and a lot of people don't even make it. Right? It's very difficult. So you've got two big, massive hurdles that you have to go over, right? They're not small. And in addition to that, you're a foreigner. Didn't catch where you were from, but there's stereotypes. You've got to deal with the racism in Japan, right? And by racism, I mean what they've decided for your race is normal, right? They don't know much about your race or my race. Even white people, they don't know. They have no idea. So they have certain ideas about who you are, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you can do, what you can't do. You're gonna have to run into that. Some of it's positive, right? Some of it's, oh, you're foreign, so immediately you get a lot of attention, right? That's a good thing about being foreign. I go out down the street, get lots of attention. I can talk to a lot of people immediately, just because of my face in Japan. But a lot of it's negative too. You have to deal with the negativity about it, right? Foreigners are loud. They're rude. They don't understand our native language. They don't understand our cultures, our customs. They love anime and manga. Some of it's true. Some of it's negative. Right? So you're gonna have to deal with all that, and there's a lot that could be good or bad. Who knows what's gonna happen with the racism, right? It might give you the attention you need, but then they're gonna say, no, you can't become a mangaka. You're gonna have more pressure from above, right? So basically, that you have to understand all of this if you're gonna go out and do this thing. You have to be aware of you're going after something that's never been done before. It's impossible, right? It's impossible. Both things have been done by somebody, right? A big goal. There's people out there who've become perfectly native, with lots of vocabulary they can use better than me, right? There's lots of people out there who've done that. It's a hard goal, and they've worked hard and they've achieved it. Very small percentage. And then there's a small percentage of people who become mangakas. They wrote manga. They wrote their butt off, and finally, or drew their butt off, I guess. And finally, they become successful in the mangaka industry, right? You have to do both. Not an easy task, right? So it's never been seen before. But then, maybe 2004, 2003, there were videos, right? There was videos, people had a camera, and there were blogs, right? But no one's ever combined the two. Someone's been really good at videos. Someone's become really good at blogs, but no one's ever combined the two and created YouTube. Never been done before. It's impossible, right? There's always been Japanese has always existed. There's been people who've mastered Japanese, right? And there's always been anime. There's lots of people who've been really good at anime, right? Really good at anime, what does that mean? Right? But they watched a lot of anime, right? You can't combine the two. You couldn't learn from anime. That's impossible. One's hard enough Japanese is hard enough by itself, to learn it by itself. You're gonna learn it with anime? You're crazy. That's never been done before. It's impossible. Right? Not let alone teach it on the internet, on the impossible YouTube that shouldn't exist either. right? And get over 3 million views for your videos. Never been done before, right? So you see where I'm getting at with this, right? Never been done before. It's impossible, man. So have fun. So you can, yeah, of course, go for it. Do it. It's your dream. It seems like you really want to do this, right? I get this vibe from you. This is something you're really attached to, right? So go for it, man. But don't be attached to the outcome, because you might not succeed. You might not. All right? But it doesn't matter, because this is what you want to do. Don't be attached to whether you succeed or not. Do it because you love it. Right? It's going to take you years to learn Japanese. It's going to take you years to become a mangaka. You're going to have to combine the two, and maybe you'll be successful, maybe you won't. But the deciding factor is, if you enjoy it, do it. Right? Don't do it if you don't enjoy it. If something you're going to feel happy, you're going to die. You're like, I didn't become famous, but you know what? I enjoyed my whole life. I did the things I loved. Doesn't matter what is success anywhere, right? Other people go, yay. Is that success for you? Right? Or you get a lot of paper in your wallet. I got all these papers that I can take to the grave. You can't. Right? It's all gone. So do what's gonna make you happy, man. And I'm rooting for you. Good luck. I'm on your side. I think you can do it. I think someone's gonna do it. Right? That's my personal opinion. I do. Okay. Hope that helps.